Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you always for your likes, shares, subscribes, and all your comments, your support, and your feedback. Keep it coming. I love it. You guys are great. Also, always a thank you to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for keeping me so busy with one-on-one readings. Always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. If any of you are interested in a one-on-one personal reading with me, you can get more information and contact details by either clicking on the description bar of the videos that I post, or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the little About button. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. Turnaround time for personal readings is pretty fast because it's what I do full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. I can usually get back to you within the first day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with more information. And scheduling can be anywhere from a few days upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time or so we can set up a reading for you live or recorded. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. For fast answers to the really quick, simple, fast questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That's also with my contact details. Okay, let's move right into this. This is for the Earth sign of Virgo for the remainder of May 2018. So we're looking just at the last couple of weeks of May. These are general readings, which can be kind of tricky sometimes because a lot of you watching, they may resonate a little differently for everybody watching. The details and specifics will always vary in general readings, but the energy and advice fundamentally remains the same, regardless of what area of your life it resonates in. If you know your rising and your moon sign, watch those videos too, because they can provide additional insight, clarification. Sometimes they play out a little more predictably for you. All right, Virgo. Let's see what the remainder of May has in store for you. We have the Seven of Swords, followed by the Lovers. We have the Two of Wands, followed by Justice. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Ace of Swords.
Unknown caller.
Sorry about that. Okay, I had to process this for a second, Virgo. So, the advice and guidance for the remainder of May for the next couple of weeks is your crowning card. I'm going to start with that. Is the Ace of Swords. This is about using your mind before your emotions, about being clear thinking, very linear thinking, look at what the reality of something is. That's what swords represent. Swords is air energy, and in the tarot, this is the energy of our ideas, our words. Swords is about how we look at things, our perspectives, what we think, our belief systems, because that is the way that it directly affects the way that we see and relate and communicate to the world and people in the world. Truth, education. My goodness. Sorry about that. I thought I had this turned off. It's always during a reading, isn't it? So it's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy, the energy of swords. So our belief systems and the way that we look at things and our perceptions affects the way that we communicate with the world. It affects the way that we see the world. So it's all about what goes on up in our heads. The ace represents the number 1. So it always represents the start of something new, the beginning of a new path, or the opportunity which holds a lot of potential should you choose to take it. So the Ace of Swords is looking at something with a new perspective, a fresh vision. It can represent also new ideas, new information coming in or being exchanged, looking at something in a different way. And as advice, swords is not emotional energy. It's not water cup energy. It's mental energy. So it's about looking at something through the lens of reality of what is. Yeah. So It looks like some of you are dealing with a decision about a lot of you are dealing with trying to make a major decision about something that involves relationship, or a primary relationship or significant relationship of some kind. Now, for some of you, this is going to be, when I say relationship, that can be a variety of different relationships. That can be a love and romance relationship. It can be a friendship, work, family dynamic, somebody within your family. But this is a very connected relationship. I think for a lot of you, it's probably love and romance because it's showing up as the lovers here. The lovers also represent a choice as well. It represents needing to make a significant choice that is going to significantly impact the nature of a primary relationship. Sometimes, although this doesn't necessarily need to be the truth for you, in the early tarot decks, this was called the choice, and it showed a man standing in front of two women, or two women standing in front of a man, and the implication being that a choice needs to be made that was going to significantly affect the lives of everyone involved. I mean, it doesn't always or even often necessarily represent that you're in a relationship issue or somebody that you're involved with in a relationship issue that includes a third person that you need to choose between. But it does involve making that significant choice that will affect a primary, significant, very connected, important relationship. For a lot of you, probably love and romance, but for others of you, it may just be another very significant, close relationship. It looks like perhaps there was some deception or slipperiness involved in this relationship because it's crowned by the Seven of Swords, which is a card that can represent actual theft. But the fundamental energy is deceit, something appearing to be one thing and in fact being something else. It can also represent exploitation or feeling depleted, feeling like somebody's just been taking from you over and over and over again in an emotional or relationship sense as well, if not, actual lies or actual, outright theft of, money or property or something of that sort. So it looks like there is a source of deception or deceit which has affected a primary relationship, and there's either you or the other person is in the process of trying to make a decision about what to do about this. It could be somebody who's maybe deceived you, or maybe you've deceived the other person, or because some of you might be on one side and some of you might be on the other, but a decision definitely needs to be made. And the advice in making it, including that crowning card of the Ace of Swords, this is thinking smart. This is thinking in things in the way, the truth and reality of what the situation is. Which doesn't mean mine against emotions. It just means that you need to be very clear thinking in this and do not allow emotions and feelings to make the decision for you, meaning don't make the decision based solely on feelings and emotions, which are lovely and terrible, but they're not reliable. Emotions and feelings can go up and down. So also keep in mind what the truth and reality of the situation is. That's your first advice. The second advice is, in making this decision, make sure that you make the best decision for whatever your long-term vision and goal is in this area of your life, which is what the Two of Wands represents. Being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. Do I go left? Do I go right? The key is in knowing what your destination is, especially in relationships. For example, what kind of a relationship do I ultimately want to be in? Does the relationship I'm in now, is it that kind of a relationship? If not, do we have a reasonable hope of working towards that? And if not, is it something we can fix, or do I need to make the decision to separate myself? This works in all areas of your life because it's impossible to plan for, or very difficult to plan for, a trip or a journey if you don't have a destination in mind, because then you end up kind of wandering. Time passes. We can do that in relationships too. So keep an eye on what your long-term vision and future is in this area of your life, particularly if it involves relationships. And make the decision, based on that and based on what you feel the truth and reality is of the situation. And make sure that you do that. Draw on your intuitive abilities, but clear thinking and insight as well. And make sure that you operate as transparently as possible. And make the decision based on what you truly feel is right. Personal honor and integrity is important here. The Two of Wands is clarified by justice. This is the you reap what you sow card. But it also, as advice, represents needing to operate with as much personal honor and integrity as possible, doing what you truly feel is right, and making the decision based on what is, not and the reasonable hope of what you want. So it's about maintaining a real balance between mind and emotion for the remainder of May 2018. But particularly important is being very clear thinking, particularly in helping you make a significant decision which may impact your relationship life. So Virgo, that pretty much wraps up your May 2018 mid-month general reading. I hope you found it helpful. Again, if any of you are interested in any more personal one-on-one reading with me, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. You can find all that information by clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage or the description bar of the videos I post. And for quick answers to the quick, easy, simple questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the June 2018 general readings. And until then, as always, Virgo, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care. Bye-bye.